created not just a list, but now a category. And I think there's value in creating a category of people who swim against the tide, no matter how fierce or how unfierce that tide is.
Thank you. My sentiments, I would embrace those sentiments. When you mention Schindler, I immediately think of one of the things that I'm going to have to do is draw lines. So, for instance, the question of Oskar Schindler, whether he should be essentially inducted, was very controversial. After all, he had been the beneficiary of property expropriated from Jews. And there were some who took the position that he ought not be lauded in this way. Just like I'm going to be confronting. There are going to be some chapters on people where there's going to be a real fight whether they should be in the GWP category or not. I'll give you one. John F. Kennedy. I'll tell you my provisional view. I'm going to have a chapter on John F. Kennedy. My provisional view is that John F. Kennedy ought not be in the GWP category. And in part, this is just, I so clearly remember my father of blessed memory being so angry with John F. Kennedy. My father voted for John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy won in a very close election. John F. Kennedy throughout the campaign said, with one sweep of the presidential pen, you can put to rest racial discrimination in federal housing. And then there was the long wait. When? And, John F. Kennedy's gotten a lot of praise as a benefactor of racial justice. My own sense is that it's quite inflated. Now, again, I said this is provisional. Haven't done all the research I will need to do, but at least my provisional view is he's on the other side of the line. But then there'll be some interesting, what do you do about a person like this? What do you do about a person like Jessie Daniel Ames, I believe her name was. This was a woman, Texas woman, operating in the first decades of the 20th century. She creates the